Hi, welcome to Vanishing Gates. I am Jay, and this is...
Once again, returned somehow, Jack.
And?
Katie Cat.
Anyway, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. This is our YouTube channel, as per usual. Which didn't need to be said if you guys are watching this on YouTube.
Great.
How was your guys' week? How did you like today? How did that go for you guys? How'd that vote? How'd that game go for you?
Me? Or all of us?
In general.
I'm going to be honest, I'm a Denver fan, so I didn't give a shit.
I'm a Niners fan, so I'm bummed, but I didn't have any money on anything, so I don't really care that much.
Well, that's a positive note.
The only
didn't lose anything.
The only thing I can say is that I am sad that Brock Purdy did not win a ring.
That's his phone.
I'm going to be honest, I don't think Patrick Mahomes deserved another ring as the whiny as he is. I felt like Brock Purdy deserved a ring for being a better quarterback than him, in my opinion. And I know that's very controversial because Patrick Mahomes is supposed to be the Tom Brady of this current generation, but...
Yeah, well, not everybody can cheat in the Super Bowl and win.
That explains why he's in the Super Bowl again.
Let's talk about Tom Brady.
Oh, it comes down to everything. It comes down to everything, man. People talk about it being rigged, and I will say that the one thing I will say about this is there always has to be a LeBron James.
I'm just waiting for the Taylor Swift conspiracy episode of Vanishing Gates to come out. But we do have some crazy shit to talk about today, but we're going to do something a little different. We have a new setup because we're back in the studio in a way where we almost have full capacity of our abilities. So, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a topic that Katie Cat wanted to bring up. What topic is this, Katie Cat?
The Apple Vision Pro.
The Apple Vision Pro. Jack, what do you know about the Apple Vision Pro?
I know that they do not want to call it, VR. They don't like it being called VR. That is not in their advertisement.
You can see. It's like...
They don't like calling it what it is. It's augmented reality, technically, because you can still
It's literally...
interact.
You can see, but it's your phone in front of your face, basically.
Do you remember when we used to make fun of kids at bottleneck glasses, bottle rim glasses? Yeah. This is way worse.
This is literally this is like a snowboarder walking around with like a fucking VR headset on.
Yeah. These are nothing in comparison.
People are driving with them on.
Yes.
They're walking around the streets and looking like insane people.
People are having dinners together while they're...
Yeah.
The way you type on it is amazing. We're gonna watch some videos about
how many of those people, because I don't think you actually purchased them yet, right? I think they're being given out to influencers.
There's certain people.
How many of those people are being filmed privately? Like secretly, like when you're seeing them out in public, how many of them are being secretly filmed?
Oh yeah, no, these are people
and
like getting
it's all just press. It's all just a press.
Oh no, this is just people randomly catching them. Like, this is not good PR. Apple would not do this as their, hey, buy my product. Because this does not look good for the brand or the product at all.
Ever since Steve Jobs passed, yeah, they might.
Everyone keeps saying that.
Because Wozniak isn't taking over, and Jobs is gone, so I don't think Woz is even involved anymore.
I have no idea.
I don't know if this was ever, Steve Jobs' idea, one of his ideas, but I hate it.
You know what's weird is ever since Steve Jobs passed away, they've gotten crazy, like their Android. Because Steve Jobs was very much like... Steve Jobs was like an OCD person about the shit he did. He wanted like things to be OCD perfect when he sent them out. He wanted them to be fucking fixed. This is how it works. And now Apple's releasing shit as if it's just Android. It's just like, put it out in the market. It's going to work now.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't want the same thing. Like when they have the Lightning chargers, the way they do their chargers, the reason they never converted to other chargers is because he didn't want to do that. It's not his fucking product. And so he was like, no. And now that he's gone, they immediately swapped to C. And so this is what's happening to Apple. Is basically the guy who was a genius who actually made it its own thing is gone. And people involved are just shareholders now. It's just people who make money.
It's all about money.
Yeah, it wasn't about money for him.
But this is more than that. This is just stupidity in Moss.
Oh yeah.
The stuff we're seeing here. Katie, why don't you pull up one of these videos of one of these idiots?
Jobs would be rolling over in his grave right now.
You can just pull it up first, and then when you find one you want to watch, then click it over. There's no point in putting it up first yet. So, we're going to talk about some tech nightmares, basically, guys. That's the gist of this. And then maybe next week we'll continue on with another Urban Legend episode.
I survived 50 hours in Apple Vision Pro.
But do the videos of people like driving and stuff, because it is nuts. I don't want to just see YouTube reviews of people that are paid to shill.
Yeah.
I want to see people caught in the wild.
I usually see them on TikTok, but let's see.
Yeah, you'll see it on TikTok. You'll see just people.
Here's one that I
You got
saw of this guy
This
typing.
shit is So go ahead and like pull it up. Like go
Mute
ahead
it.
and pause it, then switch it. Yeah,
I
mute
would-
it.
I would
That way
mute
we
it, 'cause
don't.
you don't need the
We don't
stupid
want to get a
voiceovers.
copyright strike either.
Yeah, you don't need those
How do I
stupid
mute it?
voiceovers. Top right.
Oh.
There.
There you go.
And
Now play it.
Sorry, we're learning as we go, everybody.
So this guy's sitting on a train and he's typing away. He looks insane. He looks like a crazy person.
This guy right here in the front, waving his hand around while he talks. Let's be honest, like half of us talk with our hands anyways.
No, not the guy gesticulating. The guy gesticulating with a fake tablet in front of him.
Yeah, and he's like pulling things.
I'm gonna be
Phenomenal.
honest, I fucking love that.
I don't.
I love it. I absolutely love that. If it wasn't for if the goggles were smaller, they were just like glasses, standard glasses.
Vision Pro is the best
Absolutely for it.
toilet gadget.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Animated. Animated.
Come on.
This is cool.
And then you can make it into VR.
I would be shitting on the top of Everest every day.
This guy's just taking a dump on Everest, like.
I would be up there just enjoying that shit. Just yeah, I would turn on my drone somewhere and just fly around while I'm taking a
Best
crap,
dookie ever.
flying around the house.
That's
bothering
all the
people.
same guy there. There's like ones that people drive. Oh, this dude's just walking around.
That's a girl.
What the hell is he doing?
Is it a guy or a girl?
I don't
You got a
know.
hookah or something?
Oh,
I think it's a hookah.
what is that?
Is that a hookah?
Is that paraphernalia that we're not supposed to be sharing on YouTube?
But you see, these people look crazy. They look like.
Is that a vaporizer?
Okay, listen. Do they look crazy,
Well, I'm
or do they
interested
look
in
like the few? Oh god, I love this guy.
Why do we have to have it muted though?
We don't now. It was just the subway
Oh,
one.
okay.
If you don't mute it, the YouTube
You can do like 10 seconds of.
They'll like
of their
they'll
video.
they'll strike you for copyright for using someone else's sound. Very common.
Okay, this is all the other stuff. We go to like guy driving with Apple Vision Pro, because that was just the guy. Even like it's a self video of him driving and getting pulled over.
Let's see what this is.
Remember to cue it up because you don't want to accidentally show like a search bar.
Yeah, make sure you turn that part off and go back to our. There you go. Cue it up first.
This is so much work.
There's stuff on there we probably don't need to be showing everyone. I don't want to end up on another government watch list for looking at parts.
Human parts?
No. No, I was looking for AR parts for
Here
a
it
buddy
is.
of mine, and I got a letter.
Here it is. Viral video appears to catch
That's weird.
cyber truck driver using Apple VR headset. in
This is a
Utah.
different one, but this is even better. It's the same fucking thing. It's the same MO as the other one I was talking about.
Start
The other
clean.
one was too
With Chlor.
away from that one. But this is, yeah, this is
Isn't
fine.
bad. Can we have the volume on? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Truck wearing a virtual
It's news. They can't
headset
copyright strike
is
it.
going
They can
viral.
discuss.
And that person told
And look at the
KSL.
car.
I will.
What is that car he's driving?
It's a Tesla.
Cybertruck.
So in a story you will see only on KSL here, news specialist Shelby Watson tracked down the man behind the wheel here, and
What
she breaks down
a
a popular post.
flipping cherry.
Folks wondering if this was a dangerous stunt or it was just kind of a made-up skit.
Wow, and he's doing stuff.
It looks like
driving.
nothing else on the road.
Cybertruck's self-driving, isn't it?
Never
Look, that
has
guy
a car
looks like a
before
douche. That guy
eyes.
holds his pinky finger up when he vapes.
Into the future.
That's a
Albeit
car.
it is super ugly.
It wasn't necessarily
At least he
the
admits it, he's
boss's vehicle
self-aware.
that caught other drivers' attention in Lehigh
You know
on
how much these things
Saturday. It
cost?
was the man behind the
I don't
wheel.
want to know. I don't want to know.
Freaking out.
The
Not
video
now, my
appears
house
to
is
show a
slightly
man
more.
using his hands to operate his headset instead
They're
of
like
his
200,000.
Everybody was concerned that I was like sending emails or actually using some of the applications that are on the Apple Vision Pro.
That driver is Chase Anderson.
You can see straight to the headset, but I would never actually do that.
And his
because
name is
It's
Chase.
stupid and it doesn't make sense.
He's a content producer for Supercar Ron, an anonymous collector that makes videos with eye-catching cars.
Oh, he's
Use
trying to
these
say that
cars
it's
as kind of a
fake.
catalyst to bring people together and then promote charity and donate to charities.
Anderson
Oh,
admits the video
okay.
was staged. He says he wasn't interacting with the headset, and the Cybertruck doesn't have self-driving enabled.
We
I'm gonna
thought
call
it was clear
bullshit.
enough that it was-
I'm gonna call bullshit.
But
Yeah.
other people just didn't read into that.
Other people, including U.S. Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg, who tweeted, "Reminder: all advanced driver assistance systems."
Listen,
available
I'm
today
not gonna go into
require the
commentary
human
about
driver
Pete
to be in
Buttigieg.
control.
I was actually driving
The guy has
with
more
the
train
easy
wrecks
like,
under his
oh,
belt
this
than any
is
other
thing.
transportation
He
He
secretary.
is certainly a transportation
He
secretary.
loves trains.
He is
Yeah,
certainly a
he's-
secretary.
I like
of
trains.
something.
He likes trains like that one kid likes turtles.
That
I
guy's
like
alive.
Totos.
That guy's totally lying. This guy here. This is amazing.
I turned it on.
Oh yeah, switch it over.
You know, it's interesting because I mean, we've
we've had a lot of sports people on here, and usually if they're
Mute it until
one
it
thing,
starts.
they're good at something else. So like,
Actually, no, it's fine. I think we're okay for a news
No, you
program.
can't play someone else's video.
Like, pick up the tennis
I can play a
racket,
news
he, like,
program.
actually does
There's
pretty
a televised news
well.
program.
Yeah, baseball bat though, he's not.
Okay, but
Their
I
mom's
think we'll be fine. I don't think we're gonna
I don't think there's any rule against
Good
it.
Jay might want to kill us.
You can share news. It's the news. It's a constitutionally protected thing. It's open.
Derek Jeter, Hall of Famers, clearly.
What does this have to do with anything?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Jeter's gonna fail a cartwheel attempt.
That
Well,
is his
in his lack of defense, wasn't he married to freaking
I heard it.
Madonna?
To wear the new virtual reality
Oh, this cherry is the one I was talking about.
U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg posted the reminder on social media in response to all these.
Dude, all he's doing now is just giving reminders. Is this another Tesla?
Apple
Yep,
Vision Pro
another
behind the
Tesla.
wheel. The headset allows users to view screens and apps.
Tesla.
You can
Too much
also
money.
see
You have too much
the
money.
real world around you.
That's a
Same
different.
guy.
That's a different video. It's a different guy. This is a whole different
No,
video.
this is the guy that we
These
just
are
watched.
two different ones.
The Vision Pro.
Yeah, there's two different videos.
So they don't even have the video. They have part of that was the video I was talking about. That guy gets pulled over and he gets his ass chewed for that. The chubbier one,
I'm gonna be honest.
as he should.
If
As
you
he
walk around with these things on, you're gonna, what's the term? I'm gonna bring this one back tonight. You're gonna look like a dork.
Yeah.
Okay. You're just-
Thank you.
You look like a dork. I don't know how to tell you anything, but like we're not at the point where it looks good yet. You know, we're not in the VR looking nice stuff. What are you doing? Are you doing anything?
I'm doing a thing. I'm gonna mute this because it looks like there's copyright music. Shut it! I don't want your ads. I don't need your ads no more.
Yeah, well.
Skippy dippy. All right, let's see this. This looks like it's going to be an adult film. We might get in trouble for this. It's already on YouTube. YouTube, you can't ban me for what's already on your site. Jack of all lopes.
What is happening?
They're just showing an advertisement for this.
I want these things. I'm gonna be honest.
It says
I
the
want
sad realities. I know you probably
I don't
do.
I want them.
I never.
I want.
If you can see through them, it feels like it kind of ruined the pornographic experience.
I don't think you have to see through them.
Pornographic.
You can
Okay.
choose what you see. It's just a matter of.
Imagine the porn they could film though.
Corn. The corn.
You know they're gonna film it with that headset.
The like
That's
first
good about to happen.
person. The first person.
Where is it?
Corn.
Where is it?
What are you looking for?
That. He's watching a video, using his thing to watch a video of the thing I was talking about. These idiots at the restaurant. This is amazing.
Oh.
This is how sad this is already, guys.
This is
Look
not
at all the browsers.
This is fantastic. This man is jacked
You
into
could
the
just have it
Matrix.
on your desktop though. Like why do you need to have it on your face?
Listen, boomers. Okay.
You know how hard that would be on your neck?
This
It would-
is the
yeah.
future.
Did you ever see WALL-E? This is what's
Yeah.
happening right now. Is we're just turning into WALL-E.
You know, I never understood why they got out of their chairs. Like, who would want to get out and do something? That's so stupid. You can just stay in a chair and drink a big
This
gulp
guy's
and live
just,
forever.
I don't. This guy's not even like he had a glimpse of it because that's what everybody wanted to see. Nobody wants to see this guy talk his ass off about it. All right, douche canoe. Enough of you. That's enough. No, thank you. That's disappointing. He used that and put that as his thumbnail specifically because he knew people wanted to see that. What a canoe of douche.
All the good videos are on TikTok.
Yeah, I'm not even bothering with that right now.
Anyways,
That's
let's keep
another
going.
nightmare fuel.
Listen, the point is that that's the
Anyway.
future. It's going to be a great future. Okay? It's just a few steps that need to be taken first to not look so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's not just about looking stupid. It's about making really bad decisions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because we're all the paragons of making great fucking choices.
Well, it's the thing. It's like, how long until there's a wreck? Self-driving cars, dude. Like you're still supposed to be in control of that car. You're not allowed to just run that thing without having
You
someone.
ever heard the
control
term?
it. There's a reason for that.
You want to make an omelet, you got to break a few eggs. Okay, you got to get out there and learn.
We need enough
Right.
kids to get run over.
Enough
before we do anything
enough
about it.
children get a road out. It'll just.
Here's what's going to happen.
We'll solve the problem.
Here's where it changes. Somebody's going to be driving a Tesla
If
truck.
running over children was
hands-free.
good enough
Listen,
for Vietnam,
listen.
it's good enough for us.
Listen, someone's going to be driving a Tesla truck hands-free with one of those stupid Apple things on his head. He's going to be right in front of Disney World. And out from Disney World, as he's driving and not paying attention, comes Taylor Swift celebrating her boyfriend's Super Bowl victory. And boom! Boom! And that's when the laws change.
That's
No
the
more
time the law
self-driving
changes.
trucks. No more stupid headsets that you wear out in public.
I do have some news about
That's what it's gonna
technology
take.
right now.
They could run down a whole group of children getting off the bus. 50 kids. Dead. Not an issue. Taylor Swift gets nicked on her ankle. This shit's shut down.
Aside from
Come on,
this,
Taylor. Take one for the team.
talking about like self-driving cars and stuff like that, and Tesla, BMW just announced they're going to focus on hydrogen. They're swapping over to hydrogen cars.
Thank God there's no bombs that could be made from that.
Here's the thing. It's just water.
I'm aware of what hydrogen is.
Water-powered car,
They exist.
which they tried to
It's
do, and
part
then the
of
guy
water.
got killed.
No, they
That's not
exist.
true.
They've
When he
existed
tried to
forever.
do it.
That's not
You
true.
can
That's
get
a
your car
conspiracy
converted
theory.
now. There are factories who convert it, and what they do is I can't remember what it is.
You can go, the guy that they say got killed and disappeared, the government killed him, but will come and killed. You can go and get his exact patent from the patent office trying to make it. It just doesn't work. There's a reason it doesn't work.
These things
Because
are
to make hydrogen fuel program,
Some of those things are a lot of those
to
just
burn
myths.
off
So what are
hydrogen
they
is
doing there?
incredibly.
They're making hydrogen vehicles. The only thing is you don't have to buy a brand new car to get a hydrogen car. There are places that will convert it, and you can convert it. It's relatively cheap. It's relatively quick.
Really?
Yes. The thing is
not cheap.
this has been available for a long time. And what it is they built like I can't remember. They have to the way you do it, you have to get like a certain amount of carbon or something like that. This is something they scrub it out of the air, and then they get enough in there they can mix it with the water, and it creates a fuel source for hydrogen. And so, I don't quote me on this. I know I was watching a documentary.
You're
on
a
it the other
chemist.
day, like
Or
a little while
physicist.
ago. I know nothing about any of this shit. But this guy was talking about it that his factory converts these cars, and what they do is they're set up in like major cities, and what they do is they scrub it out of the air. So they're essentially cleaning the air in these major cities, trying to make hydrogen or the fuel for vehicles. And so all you have to do is set up in these major cities, and it cleans the air at the exact same time. It makes your fucking fuel, and it's just water and basically shit pulled from the air, and then it's fuel, and it's cheap as shit to make. And they said they can convert any car into it, even older cars they can convert to do this in the
That's
engine.
cool. Yeah.
And
It sounds really good on paper, but
these
until
newer
you
places
think of
don't
what
want
it
you
would
to do
actually take to do that. So if you're burning off carbon dioxide to make your fuel to have an environmentally friendly vehicle, what do trees need to survive?
I agree. That is the problem.
So you
that is
need
the
all the
problem.
carbon up in the air. The trees don't get to breathe anymore, hence no oxygen, hence no more humans.
Well, let me put it like this.
So that's a really good way to destroy
What-
the planet.
what we do
that's
know
why
is-
they never actually went through with a full-on H-bomb with the original plans.
This is what we do know is that one of the things like volcanoes, a single volcanic eruption will spew more toxicity or more carbon into the air than any civilization can produce in the space of like roughly 10 years or something like that.
Yeah.
One eruption, and there's hundreds a year. We cannot produce anywhere near what the Earth produces for itself because it's the oxygen of the Earth. It is its own oxygen.
Oxygen is an accelerant.
Our oxygen is needed. The thing is one of the reasons they clear brush and stuff like that is because it causes massive fires.
Yeah.
Fires are natural. They have to happen. It clears brush. It brings
One
new
of
life.
the reasons California burnt to the ground a couple of years ago with the wildfires is because they stopped logging. They stopped cutting down the old trees that were just fuel.
What was just
that
that?
weren't producing life. They weren't alive
Yeah, they're
anymore.
supposed to trim
They
the
were just
trees so
fuel.
there's not big
But you can't
wildfires.
tell the hippies that live in the trees to stop it from being cut that
But it
down
isn't just
that
that.
information.
It's
They
actually
listen.
it's kind of worse than that because the thing is when they told them to stop, they'd already planted the next set. And the thing is they plant hundreds of trees when they cut them.
Yeah.
Which means that they never got to go back there where they just tightly packed planted trees.
There's a reason
so
they
all
call
these
it
areas,
renewable resource.
which usually you got a distance between trees, because of the root systems. But when the way they plant them so they can cut them, they don't do that. They plant them they plant them close. They try to get as tightly packed as they can, and so you got these areas with a shit ton of brush and a shit ton of trees really close to each other all of a sudden because they were planted that way so they can cut them down later. And the thing is, people they're clear cutting the forest. Each lumber industry has usually 12 plots of land. They cut one per year, and by the time they come back to that first one, the other one is already re-fucking grown. And so they're cutting them in a cycle. They're not going to every area cutting down, clear cutting a forest. They're cutting in a cycle. And the problem is those areas are tinder packs because they're not being cut, and they're just got a shit ton of trees in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's just turning into a big fucking tinder box.
And
in
this is
California.
why you don't have self-driving cars or Apple headsets.
The
tinder
idea,
boxes.
the thing that kills me though is here's the thing. I am not saying anything. I'm not going to talk about the politics of global warming, all that bullshit. I will say that I am perfectly fine I'm perfectly fine if people want to invent ways to stop it if they believe it. I'm exactly the same way I believe in the Second Amendment, which is it's better to do something, better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. I would rather be like, you know what, maybe we are having massive effect on things. Let's go ahead and start taking steps. Might as well. Screw it. Start taking the steps. Don't screw people over in the process, but start taking the actual steps necessary to fix these things. Great. Go for it. But the thing is don't fake shit. And that's what part of the problem is people keep getting, there were a few scientists that were testing off the ozone layer 2 feet from someone's fucking tailpipe, and they used that as an actual test. And they were saying this is the carbon emissions, and they were doing it right off someone's fucking tailpipe, and they got caught on that shit. And the thing is when you look at these papers since since the 20s or something, they've been talking about how the world's going to end every 5 years. Mm-hmm. Get your science right.
I've survived.
Bring it forward and stop fear mongering.
Remember 2012? How big of a fucking deal they made that and scared everybody.
Hey, remember 2020?
It scared me. I thought the world was going to end in December whatever.
They did that to people in Y2K.
Remember 2020?
This shit it's.
Remember we thought we were all going to die from a
pandemic,
flu?
People talk about me like I'm a conspiracy theorist, but when it comes to global warming, and I'm just like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm more than willing to do it. When I'm saying to you, as a conspiracy theorist, that I don't think so, but we should definitely plan for it.
So
that's your cue to take a step back and look at it a little closer and be like, well, maybe we should figure this out. If the crazy people aren't crazy about it, maybe we should figure this out.
Okay, so the next thing about conspiracies here, Neuroplant has officially been installed in someone.
Nice.
Elon Musk.
No, he didn't get it installed in him.
Of course he did.
I like this.
Yeah, of course he did.
They're still in a coma from what I hear. I don't know. I didn't look into it. Well, they were already there to begin with, I think.
It's their attempt to because
try to repair damaged spinal cord and stuff.
The way people like Stephen Hawking, people who have full paralysis.
Yeah.
It's meant to act as a neurotransmitter to the rest of the body, so that way the body can start moving again. Because the computer chip will take over for
that's great.
the damaged centers. It's amazing. This is the thing I hate about people is that. I get that a lot of people what they're saying about Elon Musk. They're like, Elon Musk doesn't invent these things. No, you're absolutely right. He is kind of like Edison, where Edison didn't invent things, but they give their money to people who invent shit.
So here's
those people.
Here's my question.
Allow them to use their patent.
What happens if someone's standing too close to a resistor on a power pole that explodes? And they have the Neuroplant.
They're totally fucked.
They're
that boy.
dead.
That's an EMP.
It's an electromagnetic.
Everything
pole.
was at roughly an entire 2 or 3 block radius is
dead.
dead.
There's got to be.
Oh yeah.
Actually, that's not true because you can shield from EMPs now.
Yeah, you can put a Faraday cage.
They definitely have some shielding in those things.
How are you gonna put a? Do you have the size difference for a Faraday cage?
You got to think about a lot of the way the electromagnetic pulses affected old technology was because of the way the systems were designed. A lot of these more closed systems, it's like a phone next to a gas pump. You can turn your phone on now; it's not going to blow up a gas pump because it's not going to spark. Yeah. The thing is, these are closed systems now, so the chance of electromagnetic pulse actually damaging things is
not the phone that causes
a little
spark; it's
lower.
static electricity that comes off your fingers.
I mean, if you turn it off before it happens, you'll be good.
It's like touching the metal.
You'll fall on the ground. You'll be hurt. But
you always want to touch metal before you pump gas.
Yeah, always do that.
Well, you do because you touch your car.
Yeah, because static electricity, that's what causes it.
It's the same thing if you're ever working on a computer. Touch the box that it comes in. That's metal. Touch something metal around you, and then put your toe or something against it so you keep a constant contact so you don't build up static.
Here's another thing you can do. Take a bucket of gasoline. I'm not saying do this at home, kids, but take a cigarette and dip your cigarette in a bucket of gasoline.
Why?
See what happens.
Nothing.
Unless it sparks.
Well,
as long as you don't ash it, it'll just put the cigarette out.
Yeah, it's actually not. The gasoline doesn't necessarily catch.
You see movies where the guys light the gas trail on fire by throwing their lighter on the ground. It's not realistic.
That doesn't actually happen.
Well, no, you have a better bet. You have a better bet of taking your lighter closed without turning it on and throwing it against the ground.
Or a match.
Spark that sucker up.
Or like a match.
You have a better chance of bouncing the metal casing of the lighter off the cement to cause a spark.
I saw a video of a guy who, and here's the thing I like to. Here's a PSA. Because I know a lot of people on here that think that doxing is okay, which I don't. Don't. But the thing is some guy went to a streamer's house because I guess he didn't like the streamer, and he fucking took a turkey bin and he filled it.
A turkey bin?
A fucking turkey broiler. You know, one of those big fucking pots.
Oh, okay. So
you broil turkey in.
Yeah.
And he put a sparkler on top, 2 sparklers on top, and then he fucking inside of it he had made homemade thermite, and he fucking lit it on the front of a guy's Jaguar, a Jag 7.
He made a bomb.
It's not a bomb, no, because it's thermite.
Well, thermite
doesn't explode; it burns, and it just fucking spews out and just melts
still a bomb.
the front of this dude's car completely. He got caught.
That's a federal jail.
No, it gets worse.
Whoa,
He
that's
was on a
scary.
fucking plane with this shit. He flew to this
What?
dude's house
He
on
was
a
on a
plane.
plane
He
with
got past
thermite?
TSA with sparklers
Look,
and
dude,
thermites.
Let's be clear, TSA isn't exactly the brightest
And a
fucking
metal
candles
pot?
on the stick.
Yeah, he got past fucking TSA with a fucking thermite bomb.
Did he buy the pot when he got there?
I don't know what he did when he got there.
He
but
Where'd he get
must
the
have, 'cause you
sparklers?
can't go.
That's a good question. Where did he get?
Well, if you got
sparklers?
thermite on the plane, he probably keistered him or something. That's
Wow.
big boy prison. That's federal jail.
Yeah, that's
Manufacturing
your
a
life
weapon
is
of
totally
mass
fucking
destruction. That is an
Well, he
act
was
of
trying
terrorism.
to kill the guy.
No, he wasn't trying to kill him. The guy was asleep in the middle of the night.
What
Well,
was
it
he
doesn't
trying to
matter.
do?
He was
It
just
does not
he was
matter.
being a dick.
It doesn't matter because if you're making any kind of bomb, it's a
Let
bomb.
me help you real quick. If you are just trying to be a dick to someone, you should probably look up the laws of what you're about to do to be a dick, because you don't want to spend the rest of your
What
life
happened to the good
to
old
prove a
days
point.
of like putting a bag of dog poop on fire on their
Right?
ding dong ditch? you
Or
know what I
egging
mean?
somebody's house.
Or-
Yeah.
Or setting outside their house with a loud
If
radio.
you
just
want to
annoy
ruin
them. I
their
don't know.
paint job on their car, I'm not saying do this, but just take some slices of bologna at night, but when they're asleep, throw it on the hood of their car.
Oh,
Takes
that's
out the
so
paint?
mean.
They'll eat the paint.
What's in bologna?
Stuff
Bologna.
eats the paint, apparently.
Fucking bologna.
Vinegar or something?
Bologna will eat
Yeah,
it.
probably. I don't know.
probably the
Whatever's in there,
vinegar.
whatever acids are in there, eat
then
eats
fucking-
through the cover of the
Dang.
paint.
Speaking of technology and tech news, I got a new setup for a computer.
Yeah, how'd that go out for you? I was working out great for the studio.
Yeah, he got the old one.
Because we
And
got
I turned over my old rig for the to my brother.
It's a nice
it's
setup.
It's still a really good setup, but
Yeah.
I bought a brand new one with a future-proofed. It's supposed to be a great setup. I got a
It's
4080.
not even present proof.
I got a 4080 Super, and I turned that son of a bitch on, and it didn't see the graphics card. And it did see my 1050, which is about 12 years old or something like that. It did see that card.
I have another graphics card you can try in here.
No, I'm good.
It's old enough, it might work.
But yeah, so now Jack is sitting here with a very, very expensive computer and a very expensive brick, waiting for another brick to show up, and hopefully not brick.
Ooh, be careful.
That didn't work out well.
What it is they're just these cards are due to what's happening in China right now with the dispute over Taiwan, and we're having like embargoes and shit going on. We're not allowing certain things. They're trying to build computer chip plants here so that we can produce, which is whatever. But the thing is I mean that's good. That's good for us. You know, it's good for manufacturing in the United States. But at the same time, it's like we don't have that yet, and so we're getting a lot of cut rate shit now because they're trying to pump stuff out. And what's happening is they're flooding the market with subpar, chips with subpar graphics cards and like shit for computers. And so I wound up getting one of those subpar things, and now I'm waiting for another one. I'm hoping it's not subpar.
Yeah,
Which,
hopefully not, because
Here's hoping.
yeah.
So, with all this technology stuff going on, what are you guys thinking about AI? Everybody's freaking out about AI this, and now we got AI
tired of
doctors.
hearing about
And,
it.
yeah, it gets kind of old.
I'm gonna
I'm tired of. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I cut you off. Go ahead.
I was
Yeah,
just gonna
actually.
say.
Wait.
I was just gonna say I'm tired of seeing those AI pictures,
Oh, yeah.
and people are like, people think it's real, and then other people are like, this is AI, and you can always tell when it's AI.
People were
Especially with
like,
the hands.
somebody was experimenting with AI and telling it to make stuff, and some of the stuff it made was just like,
They did.
No.
Here's the thing. Is what the problem here is right now is you guys are talking about complex algorithms for AI, right? You're talking about complexity. So they talk about the Skynet theory, right? Here's the thing. People think that they take this of what's going on with AI with pictures and stuff like that as Skynet can never happen. Skynet was not a complex idea. It was a war scenario. It was literally all it did was it said the biggest thing that it did was it was essentially the computing systems out in I can't remember, it's Colorado or something like that, where we have a bunker where all of our nukes are basically stored. And if they don't, it's what happened was the war game scenario when they didn't get to the computer in time back in the 80s or the 90s. I can't remember where it was. We had a nuclear scare where they didn't get the code put in time because you have a 30-minute timer, I think it was, or an hour, and they have to input this code on time.
are we
or-
really talking about the history of Terminator right now?
No, I'm explaining why it's toy stuff. This isn't Terminator. This is real fucking life. This is what war games are based off of.
Okay.
A computer glitch happened, and it literally told the Russians
Yeah,
it told us they were launching nukes on us.
Yeah.
This is why people are afraid of AI. It's not that. It's that they're
Right.
worried that they're going to convert
What happened
our
was
computing systems over to AI.
Our
Yeah.
system said that we launched a nuke. and their system was like it picked it up,
Yeah.
and we said no, we didn't launch a nuke, but we had actually armed one on accident or something like that.
It was a
some weird
glitch.
shit.
There was some sort of a
there was-
glitch.
No,
But-
somebody fucked something up.
But this is
and
what-
then the system didn't work right.
This is a very non-complex situation where if they did put AI in charge, they actually had a situation where they told an AI lie to us and betray us. Basically, they designed an AI specifically recently. I think it was like a couple weeks ago or something that they designed it and they said they wanted it to lie to them and basically go rogue. They told it to go rogue, and they fixed it so it would go rogue, and then it fucking did, and they couldn't control it. There was nothing they could do anymore. It was
That
done.
was another thing that happened. That, like they asked AI to do something, and what it came up with was just so preposterous and stupid. It was like, they're just like, yeah, I'm not that worried about it anymore.
No, but that's the thing is, AI doesn't have to be super intelligent to launch a bomb.
No.
It could just have a glitch or something stupid and then fucking do it. Like, this is the problem, is if there's any point in time in a scenario where it's like, I want to swat a fly in the middle of the Sahara Desert or something like that, and it fires a fucking nuke thinking that's a smart idea. The thing is this is another problem, is if it's not smart enough and they put it in charge and it starts making asinine, stupid choices, like, what happens then? Like, this is worrisome. Like, if they're going to start actually using this for shit, like in government and military, what dumb choices is it going to fucking make? If you have a fucking Archangel flying through the sky, an AC-130, or I can't remember, I think it's called Archangel, an AC-130, flying through the air, and it's AI controlled, and it just decides all of a sudden,
AC-130 is a
hey,
warthog.
I don't want that door there. Oh, is it?
Warthog.
No, AC-130 is a flying fortress.
Oh, okay. What's
A-10 is
A-10
designation for warthog.
I'm retarded. I know what warthog is.
But what happens if it decides that these troops on the ground, they're like, huh, it overhears troops talking about needing a wall
A-10.
cleared, so they're like sending a truck, and the AC-130 is like, you know what, we can deal with that, let's send out a 120 shell, and just fucking blows out a fucking block. Like, this is the problem, it's like, you know, you don't know if AI is going to go rogue, or if not that it's going to go rogue, it's just going to go full on fucking stupid, and it's going to do something absolutely ridiculous that you're just like, why did it do
Like
that?
iRobot.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know about that, but
There
I
was
never
a
saw it.
movie
scenario
iRobot.
like that actually happened not too long ago
Yeah.
too. That was kind of odd, but
Like, how dumb can it go? Like, we've seen how stupid it is. Because it's only as smart as we are, basically.
well, look at all the movies they made about robots coming to life again. It's starting to make another trend, like the Megan one. That was awful. And then
That movie was weird.
Here's the thing.
what else?
everybody-
There's another one's coming out recently or soon that I saw an ad for. It's like,
They want to imitate life by creating something, basically, is that they can create life. But here's the problem, is you're never going to do it right. Not for 100 years at least.
not for 100. In 100 years, you got this. It took a million years to get here.
But we're going
plus,
to die.
But in 100, what nature could not do in 100 years, millions of years, mankind's
No, I mean,
invention's
like-
going to do in 100.
I mean a robot that can
I don't
actually,
think so.
like, a robot that can articulate, look like, and move like us, not an
Oh
actual
no, we'll have
living
that.
being.
We have that already.
Not,
It's just
not
well,
quite.
we have the uncanny valley thing going on, but there's some that are pretty freaking convincing
They're
looking.
making robots as we speak.
And of course,
Like
they're
over
making
in
robots
China
for
and-
the Bonk Chicka Want Want variety all over the place.
yeah.
I guarantee you the first one that gets cleared is that one.
It's already out there.
That'll be the
sex
first
doll
one.
robot.
Yeah.
Well, they already have the realistic sex dolls.
I don't know. I mean,
yeah, but that's not a robot. That's
It's not
just
a robot, it's just a doll.
that's just silicone and metal and
It's just a silicone doll that you do stuff with.
stuff. Yeah.
But and they have men too. They have women dolls and men dolls.
Okay, you've been doing some Christmas shopping? Katie Cat's like, I need a couple of these in my closet.
No, they're creepy.
oh God, no.
I don't want them for that. I want to have a really advanced tea party.
Could you imagine waking up and not being fully
That'd be
awake and like in the
scary.
middle of the morning,
You can-
like trying to get dressed, open your closet, just like two fucking
You
random
can
things
get
in
them
there?
custom made to be you.
Ew.
Like they do a cast of your body and face and proportions, and they will make that if you pay enough money.
That's gross.
I'm gonna be honest, like
People have
I
done
just I know this scares people like with AI, because even Stephen Hawking warned the world about AI. Because the thing is,
Everybody was worried about it since the freaking 40s. People
There's
thought
Yeah,
about it.
there is
right?
something to be said about the hubris of man, which is to say, if we do create robots, or sorry, if we do create an AI, we are going to keep going at it until we make it smarter than us, and
Yeah.
then they're going to say things like, oh. But then they're going to talk about, like, don't worry, we're going to put rules on it so it can't do certain things. When it's more intelligent than we are, it's not going to follow our fucking rules anymore.
Here's how
There
I
is
know-
going to be a breakpoint.
Here's how I know I'm not worried about
That's an
AI.
inevitability.
What AI can do to you is fuck up your shit. They can fuck your criminal record up. They can fuck up your records, and there's no way to prove it. They can make videos that look like you, deepfake videos that are crazy
Deepfake.
as hell.
Oh
That's
yeah,
another
the
thing,
deepfakes
yeah.
are getting really bad.
There's going to be a point soon where video evidence will no longer be admissible in court.
AI can act.
Yeah.
AI
It's
can
gonna have
almost
to be.
point for point make your voice.
Yeah.
They can
Have you
fake
heard
your
the
voice.
AI songs that they're doing with?
Oh yeah.
With people that aren't even alive anymore.
Oh yeah, there's like an
Yeah.
AI TikTok channel that sings.
Yeah, they
Non-existent
So
person?
basically, you put a prompt in for a song, any song you want, and a person.
Here's the deal, though.
And it makes
Humans
up
are still
the
the ones
song by
having
the
to
person.
prompt. So here's how I know I'm not that
For
worried
how
about
long?
AI. Well, here's how I know I'm not that worried. There's a commercial that's been airing on YouTube in between ads. Or in between ads. Literally. The way YouTube works these days. Everything's in between ads. So in between the video, though, and the ad break. And it's them talking about an insurance company or something, or getting money back from something. Like, you've all heard of AI, which is eventually going to replace humans because it's super advanced. And it's different actors, but they're all saying exactly the same thing, and it's scripted by AI. 100%.
I haven't seen that.
Oh yeah, I've seen it many,
Listen.
many times.
I am just saying. I am not saying that these things are going to happen. I'm not saying that this all will come to pass. Right.
Oh, no, we're all gonna die first.
This
We're
is
gonna
what we're
die.
saying is you come to watch the show for entertainment.
I'll be dead before
it's
that.
just a conversation about things that could happen and just random shit, right? That's what we're doing here. We're not telling you this is going to happen. We're not scientists.
Just
We didn't go to
discussion,
school for this shit.
yeah.
No,
We're
the
discussing.
scientists are saying.
But
so maybe.
I'm going to say that the problem with the hubris of man is simple: is that you are inevitably going to get to a point where someone loses control of something, our inventions, because we will always try to invent something better and better. When people talk about things
Why do
like,
I feel like you waited all week to use the phrase "hubris of man"?
because I keep using
Because
it.
you said it like 15
That's
times.
today's word.
You've said "hubris of man"
Word of
more
the
than you
day.
said "fuck." That's
Word
so
of the
weird.
I will. Well, you're trying to do this on YouTube, so I'm trying to be a little better with the cuss words right now. Okay.
Eh.
I'm actually like watching it a little bit.
No, he needs to be because
I have a counter. Okay, I have a ranking system on that. Okay. I think I did 100 Fs per minute at one point.
Oh my god.
No, it wasn't a minute, but it was a
It's
lot.
like 5 per minute at one point.
More than you?
A lot more than me.
Oh god. But the thing is, it's like we keep inventing better. Like we had weapons of war that would kill people easily, right? We have for hundreds of years, and we keep inventing new things. The M6, the M14. I think it's the M14 right now.
Dude, I don't know. I couldn't even get the A10 right earlier, so I'm tired. Don't ask me, bro.
I'm pretty sure it's the M14. The M14 is the best warfighting platform there is. Everybody says there are AK-47 fans out there. Great, that's a great platform.
It's a
That is
solid weapon.
That is a solid weapon. I will not
100%.
argue. This is to me AK-47, M14 equal. Go for it, right? I prefer the M14 platform. That's all.
The M4.
M4, the M4 platform.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We keep inventing new guns to try and make a better one. But the truth is, we keep going back to those guns because those are the best ones.
Well, yeah. Look at all
But-
the super wannabe cyber tech from the 80s and 90s. The military was looking at getting just to stay with what they already had, because it's trustworthy, it's reliable, and it's why not use it? It
But
might not
we
be the
will-
perfect thing, but it does the job. So.
But you
maybe
know
that's
what we don't
perfect.
talk about inventing? Body armor.
No, people
We don't
about it all the
talk
time.
about inventing armor or getting our fucking soldiers killed technology. We're talking about the newest gun. We're talking about that. We're not talking about dragon skin, which is better than most of the shit out there. We're not talking about those things. We're talking about new guns. As humankind, we do not give a shit about the thing that's going to protect us. We give a shit about the thing that will kill more of the other person.
We don't spend enough money on armor for sure. Like, and people are like, well, the dragon skin's the way to go. It's better. And the tests came and went, and it wasn't. It was good, but not any different than using
Yeah, I suppose.
Threat 3 in plates. You know what I mean? Like level 4 plates or whatever.
But
Like, it's going to be the best way to go. First of all, they're lightweight. They're easy to produce. They're not super expensive for the military to make in Moss. They work. If it works, it works. And a lot of the times we're in firefights now, our guys aren't necessarily getting shot at directly.
Well,
a lot
I mean-
of them. We got drones. We do have a lot of door kickers, more than most countries. But
the point is, as
still.
a species, we are an offensive species, always moving forward towards something that will kill us. And that is what I am saying, is that we are
No, I
going to
don't
move
think that's
forward
true.
towards something that is eventually going to kill us.
I think we do that with creature comforts. We don't do that with things that will actually be full detriment to our race. That's against how we're wired.
Almost every technological advancement you've seen has come from war.
everything social is meant to kill us. The stuff when it comes to actual survival is a little different.
Even the invention of like things like for
And
television
the best
and stuff like
defense
that.
is an excellent offense.
Even
This is all
the
there
stuff
is to
that's
it.
invented for like television and stuff like that comes from war. That's a war funding.
The color. I met the guy that invented
Your
the color
toaster.
tube for the television.
Your toaster comes from war. Your microwave literally comes from radar. It just comes from things like that. You know, it comes from something that was invented through war funds.
Yeah.
So all of the technology you enjoy right now, you talk about the only person not doing anything for war is in the private sector, and that's usually going to be someone like, I don't know, Elon Musk, funding people doing it privately for things like going to space. He's not funding war things. He's trying to fund something outside of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I like him. It's because he's not focused on war. He's focused on bettering humankind in a different way. And yes, I don't give a shit about politics.
Mars, though.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's pretty violent.
I'm gonna say I
To
don't.
create atmosphere so we can live there.
Yeah, it's
He wants to
it's
nuke
an
the ice
an
caps
advanced
at
way to.
Mars,
It's
the
to
polar
break
caps
up
wall.
the caps.
No, it
and
actually might
heat
work.
up the atmosphere so it
Realistically,
creates
it's-
oxygen in the
it's-
atmosphere for
Yeah,
us.
it's not a stupid idea.
It's not a bad idea. It's just
It's not a brilliant idea. It's
it's
not
not
a
a
stupid idea.
great idea.
Yeah, but
But
what if it goes poorly?
they get hit with
Well, it's
asteroids.
Mars.
It gets hit with shit way more powerful than a
If
nuke
it-
all the time.
If it goes poorly, it's Mars. We
yeah, we don't give a shit. It's not going to destroy Mars.
Well, Mars is already
What if-
destroyed.
Do you know how
What if
big?
they made asteroids come towards Earth or something?
What,
No,
do you know
no,
how big a nuke is? Like most people get
Not
this
huge.
wrong. They think that one nuke can wipe out an entire city. If you nuked something large, even large cities, you aren't going to get a whole city.
There was a dude that
It's only like
lived-
a mile, like
There
what's
was
like a 10-mile radius, and that's with
No,
radiation.
that's the radiation.
That's a
And I
spread.
think the actual blast radius.
The
the
blast is only about
radiation
2 miles,
goes
I
pretty
think.
far.
I think
It's like 2 miles.
The radiation goes about 10 miles, and plus wind drift and things like that. But there's a guy that survived both Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah, there are people who.
He got on a
survived
train
horrible
after
shit.
Hiroshima to go back home to Nagasaki and was explaining what
Did he
happened
hide out
when
or
it happened again. No, he said he just ducked and they heard a loud noise and then he ducked because they were in the middle of war and he went down and flash a light and then woof, everything was like
So he
there.
must have been
and
protected by something.
he was in a building and then he like
Yeah.
ducked down and everything was destroyed. But he ran, he felt the shockwave, ran, got on a train, went home because he knew they were under attack. Got to Nagasaki in time to tell people what was happening when it fucking happened in Nagasaki, and he lived through that too.
Wow.
Yeah, no, you could live through a nuke.
Did
It's
he
not
get like
impossible.
radiation? Like
I'm
anything,
sure he did.
Poisoning or something?
I don't
Yeah,
know for
if
sure.
you're within a certain radius, like
Well, the
there's a
radiation
dead
takes a
radius zone.
minute to
It's
get
like
there too. It's not an instantaneous dose
Well,
of
it's
radiation.
forced out by the
It's
explosion.
over
now.
a time.
If you're
period of
close,
time.
It's-
if you're close, like on the precipice of that blast radius, absolutely you're getting dose of radioactivity. You're fucked.
And now, when you look at the new nuclear weapons nowadays, they're not very radioactive.
They're
They're
highly
nowhere near as radioactive as those
No, we
were.
don't even know anyway. We're not going to use them.
Well, the ones they've tested aren't anywhere near that.
Well,
The fallout is
I thought
way
we
less.
stopped testing nuclear weapons a while ago.
No one stopped testing fucking nuclear weapons a while. They
I know.
tell you they did that.
I want to say Russia just did one not too long ago underground.
You know we're doing it too. This is bullshit they tell people that they don't do. But
Anyway,
the
we'll do
point is-
more conspiracies
Back onto
later.
the
technology.
tech.
yeah, but this is the thing I'm saying though is like
TikTok?
when we invent things, it's all through it all basically stems from war because our government doesn't give a shit about
A
funding
lot of our
things to help you.
advancements, a lot of our advancements come from war, and here's why: because you have different cultures doing different things in different ways. The Germans are industrious doing one thing during World War II. We're industrious doing something different. We adapt what they were doing, mix it with what we were doing. We have something way more advanced in years ahead because we were trying to achieve similar goals in different ways. So you take the best of both worlds and you mesh it together and find what works and functions. And then you can say it's aliens. I don't know. Fucking that's what.
Well, let me. What I did something the other day. I
So
looked
the
up
theory is
some,
that AI came from aliens.
in California. There's only like 30,000.
Theory.
I think 30,000 homeless people. 32,000 homeless people. in
There's that
California.
many people in our town.
We spend
Yeah.
something along in California, something along the lines like a year, $32 billion on the homeless.
There's a lot more than 30,000 people that are homeless in California.
But
That's not even.
Oh, wait, maybe that was
kind of
Washington.
Mere number.
Maybe that was
That's
Washington.
like one city in.
There's got to be more in
Washington.
California.
That might have been Washington
There's
State.
got to be like.
because I was looking at Washington
There's
State
got
and
to be
California.
at least like
There's-
I might have got
100,000.
There's at least that many
homeless
people in Seattle.
I might have gotten that. I might have gotten mixed, my
Yeah.
Washington State and California mixed up. But
Yeah.
Yes.
but looking at the expenses, they've got like
Actually,
they've got
actually.
the modular homes. They got folding homes, which cost like nothing now, right?
Uh-huh.
So they spend $40,000 per person a year for homeless, is what they say.
Uh-huh.
If you spent $40,000 a year to give up the plot of land that California owns, like just a small square, and you put like one of those folding homes, which only costs like $20,000, and you just put people in them, and then you hooked up electricity and stuff like that, they wouldn't be homeless anymore. And it would cost less than trying to house them.
Sorry to cut you off, but 171,000 in
170?
California.
Okay. I got Washington State.
Just in
Yeah.
California?
Yeah.
That seems like a low number.
Yeah.
But
I got that mixed up.
here's the
But-
thing:
171,000.
$40,000 a year per person to keep them that are homeless. To put that in perspective, that's more than what I make a year,
Yeah.
and I survive just fine.
But the reason I bring this up is because I was circumscribed around to technology and stuff like that is because this goes back to old school technology, which is caves. And what does that have to do with anything? Because a bunch of homeless people dug out the side of a hill and they had made cave homes in the middle of California, in a nice neighborhood, mind you, which is why this was a problem. And they had it
It's
furnished.
a problem for a number of reasons. Digging caves
They
in the
had
ground
it
is not a
furnished.
great idea.
It was in a park. It was away from homes. It was in a
It
park.
doesn't matter. You know
near
how
a river.
sinkholes work? Yo, it gets even worse!
The point is, these people, a large group of people, had found a way to house themselves, essentially, out of the elements.
I get that. But
And it was a huge deal to kick them back out. Now, here's the thing. None of these people got rehomed or anything. They just got to go live back on some streets. But they had a roof for a short period of time, and what they considered to be their own home. But now they've spent money to put more police in the area.
You can make it sound like that's a good thing all you want, but the fact is, terrible things were happening underground in those places. There's no way there wasn't terrible amounts of horrible shit.
Were there
happening.
great things happening on the
It
streets?
doesn't matter though. Like if now you endanger the community because
Look.
you're building sinkholes by a river.
Look,
Bleh.
there's more to this. I
saying,
understand
from an
that
architectural
you're cool with thieves, just like the people. You don't want them out there because
I'm
they'll
not,
steal
I'm not a
things,
fan.
just like they stole your eyebrows. Okay. Listen.
Eyebrows thing. I have funny eyebrows.
The point is that not only did they do that, but here's the money spent, right? They didn't just spend money on that. They
my
declared
God,
this.
stole your eyebrows.
They passed a law and they declared it a park now. They've turned it into a parkland, so you couldn't do anything on it. And then they installed cameras everywhere to
Okay.
watch this area, and then they increased the police presence. So they just paid a shit ton of money to kick people out of the only place they had to live that wasn't in the elements and on a street. But this is the thing.
$40,000 a year per person. I'm sure they
But
can
this is what
figure
I'm
it
saying
out.
is the government is more willing to spend money
That's all I'm saying.
on people and things that kill people, but
Uh-huh.
not enough to come back and build homes for homeless people, for veterans, for
You're also talking about
people who need help.
California, which has the worst track record for homeless people ever. Hashtag Gavin Newsom, and no, it's not political.
But this
it's
goes
a
back to
fact.
my point that when it comes to AI, it will eventually become a bad
Seriously.
thing because we always do things in the offense. We don't do things in defense. That's why we won't house or help
Hey, man.
veterans or poor people.
Captain
or homeless
Hindsight
people.
is 2020, okay?
Instead, we go on the offense with them and we take away what they did have, and then we put them back on the streets because that's what we do as an offense society. We don't do as defense
I
society.
failed my optometry appointment the first time, but I nailed it that second time. All right, let's wrap this one up because we're off the rails. We'll actually have something paranormal next week or weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what do you guys got planned this week? Anything exciting? Anything of note? Any
Work.
movies you're gonna go see or games you're gonna play? Might be interesting.
I'm gonna go to work.
I'm
Super
going to
exciting.
spend a little time with my wife for once.
Nice. Any VD plans?
Venereal disease?
Valentine's Day, same thing.
Oh.
Whatever.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to get to go to dinner and stuff like that.
Okay. Cool.
So, I mean, it just depends on what, if I make calls fast enough before everyone else. Because everything around here requires you to call, like, the day before instead of, like, a week before.
The day of a lot.
And that's
of it,
annoying as shit.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
you're
dude.
literally, like, one of, like, 30,000 people trying to get this
You know where you
stuff
should
going.
eat that you've never eaten?
Huh.
Cafe. No, Humboldt Bay Bistro.
The bistro?
Humboldt Bay Bistro.
Give it a shot.
Dude, get the
I go to Hole in the Wall normally.
get the
so-
ribeye.
Is it a sandwich shop?
No.
Oh, well.
No, it's a full-on
So, like,
fancy-ass
a
restaurant.
Fancy restaurant. Yeah.
It's the nicest restaurant in town.
Yeah, I'm gonna show up in my shorts.
No, wear
and my-
pants.
I'm gonna show
Wear
up looking like a
pants.
Wear
hobo.
pants. You don't have to dress up super fancy, but wear pants. It's not like they're going to require you to wear a suit, but wear a button-up shirt. Take your wife on a fancy dinner. Expect to spend like $100+ It's great.
Yeah, well, I probably
not
already did
gonna
tonight by sitting here longer than you. My
Yeah,
wife kept shopping this
shopping.
entire conversation.
Oh yeah, no, she spent some money. Maybe she bought you something nice for VD Day.
BD Day.
Some Aspercream or something for your back.
Valentine's Day.
Sure, that's what we'll call it.
Alrighty.
All right, guys. Well, this has been Jay, and this is whichever order you guys want to go in. I don't care.
Katie.
Jack.
Anyway, guys, we'll catch you next week. And just have a good night and good nightmares.
Bye,
The
everybody.
more you know.